Hey folks, welcome back! Alright, so I've been experimenting around with different ways to make rupees in this game, and I found something that I think is really going to knock your socks off. Alright folks, so my general advice so far has been just collect everything, kill everything, do every side quest you come across, do every Hudson puzzle you come across, farm absolutely everything, check every single treasure chest. So, all that being said, you're going to get rupees through all that stuff, and you'll have sellable items through that stuff as well. So, in this game, you're going to find it's probably a little bit tougher to come across the rupees than in Breath of the Wild, and you're going to need a lot more of them, by the way. Super suit upgrades, guys, at the Great Fairy Fountains, that gets real expensive real quick. It's in the tens of thousands, if not, well over 100,000. So anyway, oh, in addition to, all that other stuff I said, check every cave, break every gemstone node, kill every, talus, just everything. So anyway, that being said, I found a better way to make rupees, because all that stuff is going to work, and you're going to have to do that anyway for what I'm about to show you. But essentially, all that stuff is going to be kind of low-level income compared to what you're going to be able to do here at some point. Okay, so I'm going to show you just kind of real quick why I say take the time to farm everything and loot everything. Because, this might not be real impressive, 3 rupees, but when you have 100 of it, that's a gold rupee. That's 300. I got 200 of those I can get rid of and not even miss them. That would be, about 1,000 rupees just sitting right there. So that theme continues. Now, I wouldn't run myself down to 0 on any particular thing, because you're going to need some of this stuff for suit upgrading. So, do keep that in mind also. But, in the course of your game, you're just going to start getting crazy high numbers of these things. And everything is for sale. Now, on that, I would not sell any critters. So, critters are going to be, insects, frogs, lizards, things of that nature. And I also wouldn't sell my monster parts. So, none of the guts, especially none of the guts, because I'm going to show you guys how to cook with those to make even more money here in just a moment. So, but again, if you've got, several hundred of something, now I rely on the chew jelly for ice arrows, but as you can see, I'm pretty well stocked up on jelly, so I might sell 100 of those as well. So on and so forth. Bobkin horns, yeah, those can go. Yeah, pretty much everything else I would most likely hold on to, like I said, unless I just had insane numbers of them. Now, I'm so late in my game, I don't really need these anymore. So, I might sell 100 of those just to make sure I've still got some back if I want to go shopping at Zonai dispensers. Alright guys, so that's my little spiel on that. Now, in addition to the, lootable stuff, the reason I say open every treasure chest, because yeah, obviously you're going to get cool loot in those treasure chests, but you're also going to get a bunch of stuff you're just not going to want. For example, guys, I've played this game a few times now. I've never once put any effort or time or energy into upgrading any of this stuff. I've never even equipped any of that stuff. So you can see now, this is just, throughout the game, exploring the depths, so on and so forth. And in case you're wondering, this is a different save file that I'm using to demonstrate this, because I don't have all this stuff in our walkthrough save file. So this is just some other random save file of mine, so that I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is just from, exploring the depths, random treasure chests, again. 600 a piece, that adds up real fast. And there's actually quite a lot of rupees I could get rid of super suits right there. I might even get rid of others, like... I don't really ever use that. Yeah, so anyway, just whatever, Now, once you get the Barbarian armor, that's probably trash, because the Barbarian armor has the same set bonus. And, that's upgradable, so once you do all that, this kind of becomes obsolete. So again, just another example of ways to make rupees there. Alright guys, now the fun part. I'm going to go do some cooking. Then we're going to come back here. And I'm going to show you how to really bump your rupees up just insanely fast. Alright, now, I think I have a blood moon tonight. And I do, and this doesn't matter, by the way. It just happens to be the game I'm playing. So anyway, guys, this is why I say don't sell off any of the guts and any of the critters, because what we're going to do is, and some of you may have remembered me talking about this in Breath of the Wild, But there's certain elixirs you can make, and they are just insanely expensive for selling. Now, in Breath of the Wild, that was Lionel Guts. You could make Lionel Gut potions and get thousands and thousands of rupees doing that. And guys, that actually carried over to Tears of the Kingdom. And it's even better here, because it's not just Lionel Guts, it's also the Gleecock Guts. So those mix and match, they're worth about the same. So what I do is I throw 4 of those into the cooking pot along with 1 critter, and that makes your elixir. Now I notice the critters don't really change much, so I'll just kind of start cooking to demonstrate. See, and I got plenty of butterflies. I'd probably start there. Or maybe even there again. They're all the same. So the lizards, the frogs, cricket, fireflies, beetles even. Now I don't have all the beetles, but you guys are kind of getting the point. They're all about the same. They might vary, 10, 20 rupees, but beyond that, they're comparable. Okay, so again, the Gleecock Guts and the... Wait, did I pass them up? The Gleecock Guts and the Lionel Guts count the same. So, just go ahead and throw all 4 of those into a cooking pot. And again, Blood Moon doesn't matter here, guys. Blood Moon doesn't affect the price of the elixir. These are all going to be worth about 1,500, by the way. Okay, so I can do 4 more Lionel Guts here and just any other random critter. That'll be about another 1,500. And just to kind of show you guys the variations here, I'll just keep going with Lionel Guts. Until I run out, at least. Now, these mix and match, too, so, at some point I'm not going to have 4 anymore. But I can throw something else in there to kind of make up the difference if I wanted. Okay. So I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to show you guys the difference. Now, I said those and the Gleecock Guts counted about the same. The next best thing is going to be Mugdula Guts and Hinox Guts. They count about the same, too. But they're not worth, 1,500 anymore. Throwing 4 of those in, or, 2 and 2, or whatever, 4 of those, that is only going to yield you about an 800 rupee meal, or I should say elixir. So, still pretty freaking good, 800 rupees, for everyone you cook. But it is the next best thing. So, pushing beyond that, the next best thing is probably going to be the Boss Bobkin Guts. I think those are right around 400 ish. Some of these might be 500 that I'm going to talk about. In fact, yeah, I'm going to say these are worth about 400. Now, you can do the same thing with all the guts, guys. So, Bobkin Guts. Even though it's not going to be, super exciting, that Bobkin Gut elixir is still pushing 300 rupees. That's still, another gold rupee equivalent. So, it might not be exciting in the single elixir, it's 300 rupees, which is still good, don't get me wrong. But where it really makes up for it is in numbers. Whoops. Because we got so many of the things, just kind of imagine in your mind how many elixirs we could cook, only throwing 4 into a pot at a time. And we've got, tons and tons of critters to go around. Guys, that's an awful lot of gold rupees, I'm just saying. So, even the Bobkin Guts, that's why I say kill absolutely everything. Because that's really where your income's going to come from, is right here cooking elixirs with this stuff. Now, of course, you can also sell off your gemstones. That's why I say, take the time to get all the gemstone nodes. But, you need those for suit upgrades too, so I don't like to drop below, 20, 30 of those at any given time. In fact, you can see I sold some of those down to 30. I always like to keep a couple diamonds in there. But, again, and of course, the Lumina Stones, guys, I normally never sell those because of all the suit upgrading. But at some point, you're done with all that, and then you actually can sell those too. Okay, so I'm going to back out of that. I'm going to show you guys another. So the next best thing after all those is probably going to be the Gleecock Wings. Again, not as exciting. It might be like 300, maybe even 500 rupees for those. So same thing, 4 of those plus the monster part. That'll, that'll get you your rupees there. And then the Lionel Hooves, guys. I think the Lionel Hooves are right about 500. And, I don't have this all committed to memory, so if some of these numbers are a little bit off, please, forgive me in the comments. But, oh, another thing you can do. you can actually use the dragon parts. Now, keep in mind, they're not actually monster parts. It's a wild card. So what I mean by that is I cannot throw, say, 4 scales into the cooking pot with a critter. That will not work. That'll be dubious food. But what I can do is use that as a wild card and substitute it, say, for that Lionel gut that I didn't have 4 of. So I can actually do that now, and now that is the same as having 4 Lionel guts. So any dragon part, that can be the horns, that can be the scales, etc. And then I'll just pick a random critter here. What haven't I used yet? We'll try that. Okay, so that'll be another 1,500 rupees there. Okay, I think I pretty much covered everything. Oh, these are not cookable. That'll be rock hard food, I think. Oh yeah, these add up really fast. Light bloom seeds add up really fast, and all that stuff is sellable too, guys. In fact, a lot of people have been commenting lately saying that they're maxed out on light bloom seeds, so might as well sell them. You know, the teeth, again, anything that adds up. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I think I've kind of gotten the point across with how to cook this stuff. You can use these too, by the way, but again, suit upgrades, you know, those are more limited, so use your discretion what you cook with. You should have plenty of other stuff, you know, even earlier game, to be able to do this with. Especially with Bobkin guts, that kind of stuff. Alright, so my blood moon is still processing, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit a vendor now and show you guys the absolute insanity of the power of cooking. I kind of wish there was, like, selling bonuses during blood moons. That would be cool. Alright guys, so again, bump over to your meals here. Now everything I just cooked should be ladder. So there it is, guys. There's the rupees. There's the rupees. Now that was from a Hudson puzzle, so I didn't cook that one. I started cooking here. 1,400, 1,400, 1,400. That one was only 1,000, which confuses me, because normally when I sub a monster at one of the dragon parts, it's the same. So I don't know why that one is lower. I'll have to go back to the drawing board on that one, apparently. So I might be wrong about the dragon parts, or maybe it's the scales that don't work and the horns do, or the claw. I know I did one of those and I got the same, but anyway. As you can see, you know, this stuff just really adds up. Now, I can't remember what I cooked there, but that's not very good rupees. That might have been the Bobkin guts. Okay, I thought those were worth more. I think that was the Gleecock wings. And again, the hooves, Lionel hooves, guys, because you're going to have a lot more of those than you're going to have the Lionel guts. And I think those make about a 500 rupee elixir as well. Okay, so you can see with everything that I just showed you in my inventory, all the elixirs that I could cook up if I wanted to, guys, I would just have an insane amount of rupees. I mean, just with the Lionel guts and the Gleecock guts, depending on, you know, how much you're going out and killing those things, it can just, you know, rack up insanely fast. So now, all those suit upgrades you want to do, this is the probably most direct way to get the rupees to be able to fund that. And, you know, secondary and primary would be... Primary? Is that a word? Whoa, sidetracked. What was I even saying? I don't know. Oh yeah, first, second, and third, you know, best would probably be your elixirs. Second best would probably be, you know, treasure chest hunting for, you know, either selling the uniform items you don't want to get when you find them, or just the raw rupees that come out of them. You're going to find silver rupees, purple rupees, gold rupees, and like I said, the Hudson puzzles and stuff add up. And then I would say, you know, lastly would be just farming absolutely everything, because when you collect, you know, say 300 apples, that adds up and those sell. You've got 700 light bloom seeds, those add up and sell, etc. Alright folks, if you guys have another brilliant way to make rupees in this game, I would love to see it in the comments. But beyond that, if you liked the video, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Folks, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you watching. Best of luck and happy hunting.